Hey guys, welcome to Red 50. Welcome to another video for the S650 Mustang. So we recently got the launch of the all-new 2024 Mustang for the 7th generation, the Mustang lineup. At 3 exciting trim levels, we've got the Ecoboost, the GT, and of course the all-new trim, the Dark Horse. Now I got to see them up close, and of course there's a lot of different colors that weren't at the launch itself, but we did have the colors announced, so we were all kind of curious how they would look in different colors. And of course, if I was to get it, it's going to be a race red one. So while the official builder from Ford is not live yet, someone took matters into their own hand, and Modern Muscle Cars made a live builder based on the colors that are going to be available, the spoiler option, even the stripes. You've got taillights that you can black out, a lot of different options, not just from the factory. Basically, you can take a look at it where you can pick the Mustang you want in the color and in the trim, customize it just to kind of see what it would look like once it all arrives. So in this video, we're going to be going through the builder provided by Modern Muscle Cars. Huge shout out to them. And then just going through this different options. And then also in the end, I want to basically customize my own S650 Mustang, basically how I would get it if I decide to pull a trigger on it. Alright guys, so here is the builder for the 2024 Mustang. Like I said, this is an aftermarket builder done by Modern Muscle Cars, so huge shout out to them. This is not the official Ford builder, but this has some of the stuff that is unique to this builder that we won't be able to get it on the Ford builder. So I kind of like this one because it lets you add some of the aftermarket modification to really let you see how the S650 Mustang is going to look like once you start customizing it. We're going to go over some of the basics as to what is offered on this builder, and then we're also going to build my dream spec, I guess, so to speak, if I was to order the 2024 S650 Mustang. Alright, so right off the bat, let's start off with the trim level. So it actually changes based on the trim level as well. So you got the Ecoboost, the GT, and Dark Horse. So let's take a quick look at those real quick. So here's the Ecoboost. So you can see front fascia is a lot simpler and there's not much going on, but if I was to do GT, it's going to have the piano black finish and a little bit of the shark fangs as well here. There we go. The grille obviously looks revised with a little bit more aggressive front splitter. Now of course the Dark Horse, it just looks absolutely menacing. So this is what the Dark Horse is going to look like. There we go. You've got these accents here, real aggressive lower grille, and of course the chin splitter is really aggressive. Now the only downside about this builder is I think these are just the images saved with a lot of mock-ups, so I think it just takes a lot longer to load a little bit. It's not as fluid as the Ford builder would be, so you kind of have to wait a little bit, but it's just exciting to be able to use it and kind of see how the builds will look like. You also have the option to do fastback or convertible. Of course, we know the Dark Horse is probably not going to be available in the convertible, but it's nice to be able to see how it would look like if it was available. You have the option to obviously switch it, and you know, there's 2 different views. You got front and the rear end view. I think it looks really good. You can also change the wheels, so you have the Ecoboost option for the wheels, the GT options, and also the Dark Horse in different colors. So these are the Dark Horse wheel, but if I wanted to switch it to the GT ones, for example, let's say in gray, it would switch it for us. This one looks like basically the GT wheels. It's similar to the Mustang Mach 1 wheel, which I kind of like. And now we've got some of the aftermarket modifications here as well. So you have the option for the license plate. You can remove this one here. So maybe let's try that. So this is gone now. And now we have the option to lower it and even have the spacers. So right now I already have it lowered and have some spacers on, so you can see the fitment is much better now. But let's go to the default where it's just low, which would be, I guess, the default one. The gap has increased a little bit now, and if I do default would be the spacer, so there's no spacers, so you'll see how it's going to tuck back in. Now you can see that you've got the tuck in look here right now. And of course we have the option for these spoilers as well, so if I turn it around, if you want to see how it would look like with the GT spoiler or what the differences are, you can easily do that, because this is the Dark Horse spoiler. Now it's going to switch to the GT spoiler right now. And you got the GT spoiler here. You can obviously change the colors of your brake pads as well. So you have the Brembo options. Ford will allow you to do this from the factory as well, but you can do the blue, red, black, and silver. Same goes for the tail lights. You can change them to be smoked out tail lights or kind of like Euro tail lights. Emblems as well, you can customize it to be bronze, silver, and black, because I think there is going to be a bronze package. Side marker, you can black them out as well. So all of those are basically stuff you would kind of do aftermarket that is implemented into this build tool, which is really, really cool. Here we've got options for stripes as well, or you can do the dark horse decal. So now I can have dual stripes and I can make them black to see how they would look. Yep, so these look like the Shelby stripes that you would typically get. So let's do shadow black and see how this Mustang would look. Yep, there we go, and you can see them on the rear as well. Kind of looks really nice. I personally wouldn't get it on mine, but let's see. And you can change the spoiler color as well. If you want it to be blacked out, you can do it here. You can do it here. And we have a blacked out spoiler. So the one thing I really like about this one, well, you can change the black roof color as well, but since the rear deck lid is paint matched now, you can actually see how it would look like if it was completely blacked out, similar to the S550 Mustangs. So I think it looks pretty good. I think it's going to be similar to what S197 Mustang ended up doing. There's a lot of aftermarket modifications to basically black out this middle portion for the deck lid panel. So it'd be nice to kind of see what the options are. Now let's build my 2024 Mustang Dark Horse if I was to get it in race red, of course. I just want to see how it looks like. So we're going to switch to the Dark Horse right now. Make this fastback. We're going to obviously do race red. And I have to switch up the wheels as well because right now they're the GT wheels. I really like the Dark Horse wheels, so I'd probably get them in black as well. I feel like I would get the black deck lid panel on mine here, but I feel that would be too similar to the S550 Mustang, so maybe I'll switch it up. So once we get to that, I'll switch this up. We'll get it lowered, so let's see how it would look completely slammed down with some of the spacers as well. Get the wider spacers. Oh yeah, check out the stance. This looks really good. From the front as well. Front looks menacing. I would obviously do the Dark Horse spoiler. I don't think you get a GT spoiler on that to begin with. Brakes, I would probably leave them red. Taillights, I would leave them as is. Blacked out emblems and side markers, fine as well as is. I obviously would not have any. Well, I guess we'll have Dark Horse decal. I don't think you have the option to eliminate those. Kind of like Mustang Mach 1 where you order it and you kind of get the decals. You can't get it without them. So I got the Dark Horse decal, and shadow black is fine. And this is the mirror color in black as well. Spoiler color would be black as well. Roof would be blacked out. This one, let's just leave it normal. It's pretty much how I have my S550 Mustang right now. So this is what it would look like, basically, if I was to order the 2024 Dark Horse. And I kind of have to say, I like the look of it. It's very aggressive. It's got red, but with the right amount of accent. I feel like red is one of those colors like very loud, so you kind of have to accent it a little bit with black and break it down. Otherwise, it's just too red, too flashy. So I really like this. I definitely like the front fascia of the Dark Horse, where you got additional black accents over here as well. Well guys, there you have it with the 2024 Mustang builder. I will leave the link in the description for this builder. Again, huge shout out to Modern Muscle Cars to be able to provide this tool to us where we can kind of customize our S650 Mustang and really see how it would look like if we were to get it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below what you think about the S650 Mustang and subscribe to Red 50 for more Mustang content.